Hey friends. Oh, good time for the water heater to come on. Then the dog will start barking. I don't know how long I'll be able to stay on because my arms are really hurting. But I was thinking I could try to play a song low key. Low key. Ah, shit. My name's Story Grub. I come from a land far, far, far away from here. So far has no name, for there is no name for the amount of distance it would take to get there. They're pulling at your skin, little accidentals, and one by one they buried burning families. Some they couldn't bear it, others wouldn't hear it, scattered over planets on warships. And all at once were deployed, till the worlds were destroyed. Wasn't nothing but noise. I wasn't even annoyed. Say hello to the floor. The air is pretty thin. We're experimentals. We're gathered at the tip trying to get their answers. And son by son we build a war machine and kill for love, bomb for peace. After years we finally settled on an asteroid and made a home where we could make some joy. Feeling long extinct when you're caught enjoyed. It's a song that I was working on back in the early 1930s when things still sort of made sense. It's a little bit hard to play. This arm is just... I know it looks ripped, but it's suffering. Oh yeah. But I can draw still. Still life's with ink. Oh, there it is. So, how's everybody doing? What happened to my shoulders? I just have pissed off muscles, I guess. Tendons. I think it's last year I had something similar and it was tendonitis, but this time around I think it's that plus something else, like my back is all jacked up. I don't know what happened. I mean, I was very self-destructive. I was a very self-destructive person at one time in my life. And ever since I quit drinking, I haven't been so self-destructive, which is nice. But now I have to deal with this body. Thank you, Therma. Thanks for accentuating that moment. I have to deal with the body that's left over from that period of my life that I'd barely even remember because I was just drunk all the time. I was really bad about just destroying myself. Which ruined relationships and all sorts of stuff. But even, yeah, just even holding my arm up to draw, like, gets really sore. Part of getting old, all sorts of stuff. But also, I've been, like, slanging pet food over my shoulders for 15 years of my life or something. And it's just cause and effect. But I need to get some help, some, like, kind of therapy, physical therapy. Happy Tuesday. Terrible Tuesday. Put your back up on there a little bit more. There we go. Hello, phobia. Daltons? I'm still wearing the glasses. I can take the glasses off. I'm just sort of at my wit's end with everything, because not only is it the physical stuff, but it's all this like crazy mental stuff too that's been building up for years. And it makes it to where when I talk to other human beings in real life, I turn into an animal. Just a straight up animal. A beast. A burdened beast. And it's really embarrassing that I can't control my temper. There's parts of my aspects of my personality, of myself, my ego, that I wish I could get rid of, but when you can't get rid of things, you have to be able to live with it. And I think that's what it means to integrate, you know, like with your shadow and all that kind of stuff. You have to be honest with yourself, and it's very hard sometimes. It's hard to admit you need help. It's hard to admit you don't need help, or tell people that you don't need help if they're being too pushy with it. But the most important thing you can do is know yourself better and treat yourself better, to be a vessel for kindness, a vessel for honor. Everybody falters, but it's what you do, it's how you get back up that matters, you know, it's what you do after you get back up. It's how you treat other people, it's how you live life. That's what matters. This is just an imitation. And so will be death, and so will be the next life. That's right, Therma. She tells the best knock-knock jokes. You go, girl. You little slut. She's talking some shit about the oven inside. Oh, it's my water heater. She's cool like that. We're tight. We're tight, right? Yeah. Thanks, Therma. Oh, yeah. You're right. I got you. Yes, Knight. Thank you, Phobia. Maybe kind of like, I'm living in the back rooms behind me. Go to sleep, Therma. There we go. That's pretty nice. I can get in there and not have to lift my shoulder too much. There's nothing in the world I like doing more than this. It used to be that I would just sit there and lay in bed, watch a movie, and be doing it and just fall asleep doing it. But I do so much of it out here that when I go inside, it's bed. It's bedtime. It's dreamland. Come. It's one of them things. I've learned how to kind of separate the worlds a little bit. When I go inside though, I just like consume a bunch of media, a lot of stuff on YouTube about paranormal stuff that's going on right now, but also just art stuff, court stuff. I never listen to politics anymore. I never listen to anything like that if I can help it at all. But let's see. I'm not a big fan of like gossip media kind of stuff, so I just paranormal, courtroom stuff, body cam stuff. I watch a lot of sovereign citizen stuff. Them getting arrested and their windows broken. It's just fascinating to me that those people are just out there driving around. It's just a funny world. Thank you, Gemini. You're silly. You're a little silly Billy. I'll tell you that much. Hey, one. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Nicholas. Can I call you Nike? Nikkei? Back to the Future 3. That was a reference. Where's my liquid? You know, Tuesday is what? Day 3 of the week, right? Day 2 of the work week. You know what Tuesday? Do you know where Tuesday is derived from? That's right. The Terrible Twos. It was a sickness that ran through popular neighborhoods in Beverly Hills and those kind of uppity places. So all over the world, though, all over the world, and it made everybody sick from the neck down. Their heads were fine, but the rest of their body was just terribly sick, and they call it the Terrible Twos because it only happened on Tuesdays to the rich. It's very strange. It was like somebody had cursed these people, and it still happens to this very day. I would not go near Beverly Hills on Tuesday, the first Tuesday of the Terrible Twos. Also the name of my high school backup jumpsuit band. We were quite incredible. And they've still been trying to deny us all these light years later. Isn't that right? Wallop, handsome boy? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's what I thought. Sorry, folks, just like Batman, I'm winging it. I'm just winging it. That's all I can do. I probably can't draw for very much longer. I need to go just put stuff on my shoulders and then heating pads on my face and spikes on my feet and razors on my back and blankets on my butt. Cotton in my nose. Looks like a face hugger right there. Juan, how much would I charge for Monster Mash original? Oh, the original, man. That's, I mean, it's not in the show that's up right now, but the ones I did it with are. Let's see. I don't expect you to understand what I just said. I was thinking out loud. I have an art show up right now here in the town where I live in. You might have heard me mention it before, but a lot of the pieces that I did with that one that you're talking about, I did a series, and there's like 40 illustrations that are kind of that dense, if not more. And I whittled it down from like 35, solid poster size pieces to 15 for the art show that I have down there right now. And it's a solo show at Studios in the Park in Paso Robles. But those pieces are like, $2,000. The Halloween one would probably be, I mean, that it's not really Halloween, but I always say horror, Halloween. Every day's Halloween for me. But that one, it would, yeah, I mean, it would at least be up in that ballpark, I think. Because all of those are so special to me. And sometimes I price things really high just because I don't want them to sell. But if people force me to be like, how much would you sell it though for? Just like how much, Sometimes I'm like 5,000. Actually I had like 5 grand on a lot of the pieces down there at the solo show because I didn't want to sell them. They're like precious. They're precious. They're precious. So, but then I thought about it some more and I was like, man, they put a lot of work into the art show and they spend a lot of money investing in all this stuff. Least I could do is bring the prices down, and so I did. So they're like around 2 grand. That one, yeah, it would be like 2 or 3 thousand, I think, because it's just so. It's like for me, it's like a milestone kind of a drawing too, where it's like, okay, nailed that, you know, because it was originally just supposed to be, uh, gosh, Frankenstein's monster. You know how he's standing in the middle, sort of. It was originally just going to be him by himself, surrounded by white. Just surrounded by a white border like this, and it was just going to be Frankenstein's monster right there. But he was going to be made up of all of the other iconic horror, main characters from history or whatever horror history. And I thought that would be cool too, and it still can be done, I guess, but there was just so many that I was like, no, man, I got to do this one and this one and this one and this one. So I just had to put a background in it. And I think that'd make a great puzzle. A lot of my stuff would make fun puzzles, I think. Sorry, Juan, it stopped you from saying that because of the F word. I'll read what you said. You said, F yeah, mother effer. You come to my hood and I'll beat your ass. And wait, what are you talking about, Juan? I thought we were friends. I'm just kidding. He said, hell yeah, definitely worth it. Times 1,000. I would definitely buy it if I had it. It's one of the greatest art pieces I've ever seen. Not even dick riding. Dead ass, bro? Dead ass? I just learned what dead ass was like a couple months ago, and it cracked me up. Because it is a fun saying, but it cracks me up how people use it. Because there were definitely some. I remember some from the 80s. Like if you were like for something, you're like, yeah, to the max, dude. It was like radical to the max, to the max. And nowadays, kids would be like, to the IMAX, or what are you talking about? Who are you talking to? You're talking to the wall. Oh, that's right. There's the little worm dog. It's weird that I put word right next to it. It's like, I wonder if people think that I'm trying to say word dog, and they think I'm messing up my own. Because it is funny, is there's the letter, or the word, or flird is what I was calling them, I believe. Originally, I changed it to flird, but just for the sake of keeping things a little bit more consistent, I'll change it back to word for now. But then the octopus kitty, he's just chilling like the little octopus villain. Just how you're all just hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. Dead-o. What a... Grody, dude. Oh my god, Grody. Yeah, that's a great one. Cheers. That was great. Grody. Everything was grody in the 80s. That's what I loved about the 80s. Like with the Garbage Pail Kids and everything. That was just, there was no other decade like that one. Because it was just such an amount, it was just a mix of fashion sense. Like punk turned into like this neon, preppy, Ken and Barbie doll looking thing. Like, I don't, style was so crazy back in the 80s. And the socks, I remember there's like photos of me where I have like my socks pulled up to like my thighs and stuff, you know? Cause, and then by the 90s, I was pulling those things down. Like, I don't want to wear my socks that high. Anyways, it made you easier to see if you're riding a bike, that's for sure. Especially if you were color coordinated with your friends, which we never were. Thank God. I think that's a chicken walking away. That's his little butt walking away from you. I'm not going to put the anus right there, because I don't need to. Your mind will fill in the gaps. A little tree growing up there, why not? Grody, that'd be a great name for a band. Hello, everybody. We're Grody.
Yeah, but what's your name?
No, we're Grody. That is our name. We're actually pretty grody too, but
Yeah, you are.
but don't rub it in, everybody. I mean, we're trying out here. We're on the road. It's been like 400 days we've been on the road, and
You've been parked across the street for 30 weeks.
you've been counting. Well, I think they're on to us, Grody. I know, Grody. We gotta get out of here, Brody. Okay, we gotta get out of here, guys. And Brody's the drummer. Brody's just gotta be different. But the band's called Grody because of his brothers Grody. Mick Grody, they dropped the Mick when they came over. That way no one would recognize their accents. You drop the Mick and you talk just like an American. Just like an American car salesman. Make quite an impression. Hey everybody, we're here to play some songs. Why don't you sit back and listen? So some sweet oldies from Alabama. We're not from there, but we heard it's nice. Take a seat, seriously. That one was for you. All of you. I love you so damn much. Well, MCFH.
What does that stand for?
You don't want to know, mate. You don't want to know. Read the fine print. That's how you learn. Some of that fine print is just wacky. Absolutely wacky. I'm a little bit tired. But I'm happy to be alive, that's for sure. I have the window cracked and I can hear. Sorry. I can hear stuff off in the distance. I can hear stuff really well up here. I just hear this like ethereal music playing in the distance as the cool air comes in and touches me. All these crazy new thoughts, these fears. Feeling that you don't know if you're doing the right thing, or if you're just taking chances, or if it's all really falling apart. I got cotton mouth. I gotta drink something.
Hey, Snorri.
Yeah, Terry. Hey, what's up?
Yeah. Can you just draw? You're getting kind of morbid over there, buddy.
Yeah, sorry, man. I'm just not feeling it today, bro. Brody.
Well, you don't have to be feeling it. Just draw. Okay, please, just draw.
Okay, well, just get off my back, Uncle Monkey Jack. Jeez. I'll do what I want when I want. I'll draw. I'm good. I'll draw. Just a little sore is all. In the heart, in the spirit, and in the body. Is that a crime? To admit that, Terry? Huh?
No, it's not, but wasting time is a crime around here, so unless you want some...
What were you gonna say, Terry? You lost. You didn't finish your sentence there.
Do you want water or not?
Well, I would like some water. It's been 3 days.
Draw.
Okay, dokie. I better get to work. Yeah, he's business. He's all business. Except he calls it biznitch. So it's kind of awkward around here sometimes. He keeps telling me I gotta rebrand, and I don't even know what the hell that means. I keep thinking he's gonna, like, anytime I walk around a corner, he's gonna brand me with like a hot iron or something, or an ironing gun, or whatever you call those things. And I'll be branded for life. And that's like, how am I supposed to rebrand after that? You just burn over the same one or something? I just don't get it. That's why things just honestly don't make no stinking dog sense. And that's why I like life sometimes. It's horrible. But at least there's good music, there's good food, there's good art, and there's good company. I wrote a song a long time ago called The Leper. Me and my buddy sort of co-wrote it. Lepers are great people. I'm quarter leper. I'm not even gonna lie. And I'm a good man. I stick up for the little guy. That is looking pretty darn nice, isn't it? Be a shame if somebody were to mess it up. Look at this little face. I like that little face. When people say the moon is boring, you hear all that traffic out there? Things buzzing around out there? You can't even believe what I've seen. The moon is alive. I ain't even kidding. The moon is alive. There we go. It's all coming together. Can I draw a cat, dog? I can barely see him. Sorry for the noise. Hello, Bree. Sorry, I'm not very talkative. I'm just kind of tired. Sad. I force my characters to smile. It's not fair of me. It's a way that I wish art imitated life most of the time. Seems like most of the time when I smile, it's just to not draw attention. But I see other people that smile and that are happy, seemingly happy, and that makes me happy. I like seeing other people thrive. I just can't crack the code. Hey, Paz. Ah, No, you're fine. You always do so good. I'm proud of you. No, really, I am. I won't waste time with the truth. But the truth is, I'm proud of you. Always have been. Ever since you were a wee lad. I always appreciate your help. Oh, you are. You are. I definitely don't say it enough, but yeah. There's a lot of people I would like to thank, in this life, in more ways than just words. Believe me. I'd hire you as my personal bodyguard. Hell, the accent alone would probably send shivers down everybody's timbers. Oh, sorry, Skull. Festival. Hello. Hello, my friend. Hello, Skull. Let's see. I've been drawing on this off and on for about a week now. I just finished another page like this. It's a 19 by 24 inch piece of paper. And I'm just filling it in. I'm going to fill it in all the way to the edges. Hopefully I'll have a better border this time, because last time I didn't really know I was going to do that. And so I went really close to the edges. Too much in my opinion. But it looks neat. But yeah, it's just there's a mosquito on there, but I don't want to hurt it. Even though I hate mosquitoes. But he's just chilling. He's at least, I'm like the predator. He's at least got to be like fighting me or something like that, or trying to bite me or suck my blood in front of me. Okay, that's it. I gave you a chance. But he could also bite my cat. My cat would probably eat him. Oh, my ride's here. Now it's gonna be some. I like how it just evolves too. It looks like the bottom of another chin, like an underbite, and like the face is just kind of like there could be a nose here, and lips, and a chin. But there's already a nose here. But you could also draw like this. You could just do that. You can come up here and do this. Because why not? I'm staying low because every time I go high up here, like my arm pops. I gotta stay kind of like low. Not move my arm too much. That's why. Closer to that for you. Closer to that for you. Sorry. A little bit. But I also just, it's a cool way to, I call it filling in the gaps. Because if you draw something up here, you could even draw a circle here. And, this thing could culminate there. Or at least one of these can go over it again. And then you just kind of tuck it under there again. I mean, obviously you can make it however long you want, but the point is that you just, and then you just sort of start, you see that right there. You just have to act like it's already there. So it could be like this flap. That's the word of the day. Flap. But the flap could come over here like this. And I'm thinking that this thing will connect with it or go under it or into it. So I'm just going to cover it up right there. But I might leave a gap in the flap right there. Just so I can... Jeez Louise. Just so I can continue it. Something right there. Maybe down here. This is what I'll do down here actually. Because then this will connect with that. Eventually. And then you can add more lines like that right here. And start something else. It's just how I do it sometimes. Let's see. Kind of, oh, I know what I can do. Just do that. You know who I miss? I really miss Patrick Swayze. I think that man was like in every single movie I watched up until I was like 20 years old. Seemed like a really cool dude. What are you looking for? My cat. Do you see my cat? She's gonna jump. She wants to eat that stuff because it tastes like rubber. She eats rubber bands for breakfast. She's beautiful. She's dangerous. Her name's Abigail, and we love her. Phobia knows. Oh, but I gotta stop her. And you don't have to run, but just... Okay, you do. Okay. I've had her for 2 years, and anytime I walk near her, she jumps and runs. Like, I can never touch my own cat. It's crazy. Only time I can really touch her is when she's eating. But it's kind of cool, too. Because she's just her own little beast. She plays by her own rules. Do I take ideas from my head? Roadhouse, hell yeah. Yeah, I mean I've been asked that question a lot, but I don't know if I ever answer it the same way twice. Because for me, it's like the reasons and the inspirations or the influences or whatever, to me, I don't know. Every once in a while, I really think about it, I ponder it, but then it's like trying to remember a dream as you're waking up, You don't know, I don't know why I'm doing it or where it comes from. I just know that I can tap into this consistent vibration, this this frequency, and it's like it makes itself. It's like it knew it already was there. And it doesn't work all the time, because sometimes I can't focus in certain ways, but other times it comes together just fine. And if I tried to pin it down, it would be just that. It would be a butterfly pinned to a cork board, Yeah, of course it looks pretty, but I'd much rather be flying around after I've metamorphosized a million times over. But Yeah. I'm a big dreamer too. I dream. I'm a dreaming fool. My mind is my mind is very heavy. Thanks, go. And ask me the same question tomorrow, and I'll be like, yippee da day. I'm just in a weird mood tonight, I guess. See, and what I'm sort of doing is building. That's the cheekbone. That's the side of the mouth smiling, or for this nose. So when I do eventually cover all this up, with other stuff, it'll be, that nose will still be there, and all that stuff. This version of the face will still be there, of course, but it'll be probably turned vertically if it were ever framed or whatever. But I don't know. I love drawing like that because then you never do see the same thing twice, ever. Just like with everything else, I guess. It's evolution, baby. It's evolution. Do I sound so tired? Thank you, Amizu. I never thought about auctioning them off. No, I don't ask for money. Except for at the end of the live streams, I ask for if anybody has like a gold wallet or some like a chain that was once near somebody who had gold in their pocket. Primarily, I ask for money if it's necessary for them to lighten the load, like if they're going on some kind of boat ride or a plane, and somebody's like, "We need to lose 50 pounds," and somebody has a roll of quarters. Sure, just dump the quarters. I don't want anybody to get hurt, but it's gonna cost you if you don't pay. A roll of nickels here, a bag of quarters there. Yeah, then everybody's gonna just start doing the same thing. We can't have that kind of stuff. So, not around these parts. So, yeah, that's maybe something we should talk about after the yeah. I forgot what we were talking about. That's right. We all forgot what we were talking about. Now keep your mouth shut. Oh, sorry, I didn't even see you guys. How'd you guys get in here? Through the door. Oh, good answer. I guess you're the silent one. His lip is sewn shut. Oh, that's gross. I'm sorry, man. Do you want some water? He can't what? He can't drink water. Oh, do you need a straw? It's getting quite frank in here. Oh, that's a good point. I like the way you think. Never hurts to have a pair of quarters with you wherever you're going, or some gold pieces. It's kind of a fascinating myth, or whatever it is, you know? Just the idea of paying a fireman, and like how important something as simple as that gesture is, you know? Like, what happens if you don't? What happens if you don't pay the fireman? What happens that do you get? He like messes you up, huh? He like f you up. I want to see that movie. Some of those ancient gods are freaking terrifying, man. Everybody never. Everybody never. It's very true. A better man than me once said, "Hey, you're freaking beautiful. Look in the mirror. You're freaking beautiful." And that man was me, everybody. Trickle down effect really does work when you're a solo act. Believe me. All you're doing is pissing on your own boots. I mean, we can't have that around here. I had to put the fear of God in that boy. Make him quit doing that. Next thing you know, he pisses in my frickin' boots. But after I gave him a raise, because that was just quite impressive. I couldn't be mad at him. Nope. I bought him a cat, actually. I bought him a frickin' cat. Me, I bought the kid a cat. Look, me. That cat was darn cute, though. Oh, they got me saying darn now. Jeez. I used to be hard. I'm from over there. Over there. I'm from over there. Does anybody have directions to my house? I'm kind of lost. Where are you from? Over there. I think I'm going there after I leave Trader Joe's in a half an hour, maybe. Are you talking about over there Avenue? Yeah, maybe. I guess. Whatever. That'll do. Well, it's not. Okay, it's an avenue. I I have done psychedelics, yes. I have uh I have how do you say dived? I have divin? I have divin into that realm, yes. I was just talking about that last night because it's a place where my mind already lived in my dreams. So when I actually did it in waking life, you know, and got to sort of experience a dream-like, a very, very, you know, far more dreamlike state than you're used to, anyways. Dreamlike state. Um, it was quite eye-opening, and I wouldn't change it for the world, to be honest. I learned very early on too that you have to be around people that you trust. I wasn't one of those just even though I used it recreationally to a degree, there was always some great, and if you've done anything like that, you probably have experienced something like this, but there's always some great mystery or think something that gets solved, and or some battle, something that you go into it or with, or you take out of it, and everybody has those with in life in general, but then when you take it, you know, something like that where it can really, you can literally just see all of the, you know, the steps, and for what it is, you know, whatever it is to you. I'm not talking, it doesn't even have to be like super duper crazy or heavy. It can just be like a simple thing you've been kind of stewing on, but it can help you, it can help connect like pathways in your brain to like find answers that you need, or you know, help get back on the path you were like searching for. Anyways, I think so if you use them properly, or if you study, because it's like studying your dreams or anything like that, you know, or philosophy or anything. You know, it's good to know your own mind and what's in there. I think. Definitely epiphanies, yes, lots of them, and you'll have like a ton of them, you know, within you know a few hour period. That's the great thing too, but yeah. My stomach is growling. Wish I had a Snickers. Here, let's bring this up for you guys. There we go. Look at that, dude. Gosh. And another thing this reminds me of is because I'm a big fan of ancient art and just indigenous art and Mayan art and Aztec and fucking all of it, everything. But even Eskimo art. I don't know if that's the right way of saying it. I'm sorry. Or Native American or native art that are Eskimo, because they do like the totem poles, and I love totem poles. And this is another version of it, or it could be taken as like some kind of totem, or just because it's a collection of heads and monolithic archetypes. The things that live within all of us at all times, that are waiting to be drawn out. Pun intended. My stomach is being silly. By the way, does anybody have like $2? I just need $2 for like gas. A gallon of gas is like $6, but still. I just need $2 for a Sunday paper and a full tank of gas. Come on, I just need $2. The little ram, he's cute. You guys are far away, I'm sorry. Eskimos are in. Oh, that's right. Oh, okay. I thought you were answering, or you were saying no, like you were wrong, but like you were saying no to yourself. Like, no? But now I get it. Yes, anyway, thank you. I appreciate that. Carvings and tattooing. Yeah, I've seen that. I really like the Maori carvings and anything like that where it, I don't know, takes on a different shape. Where it takes on the shape that it needs to in order to exist in that within that realm. Like on a paddle or a tattoo, yeah, like a tattoo or something like that, how they form it to their bodies almost. Hi, Mom.
Hey, do you need something to drink?
I have this.
Is it cold?
It's liquid and it's cold. Oh, actually, in the freezer, I think there's a Gatorade. Can you bring? There might be a freezer, a Gatorade freezer, a freezer Gatorade.
Okay.
It's probably frozen now, but I would take that.
Okay.
Are you all right?
Yeah.
Do you want to say hi to everybody when you come back?
Yeah.
Squeaky chair. This is the episode Squeaky Chair. Hey everybody, my name is Story Grub Jaws, and this is Squeaky Chair episode. Jeez, I'm blushing. Sorry, my stomach is growling. I don't know exactly how to stop that, except for eat. And the only thing I eat is, that's right, vampire bats. And we're fresh out. Hey, Toby, you're looking pretty good tonight. Hey, Toby's the dog. I'm filling your feet. Sorry, Mom. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, perfect.
I know.
Very perfect.
That was, yeah, perfect.
Thank you.
Yes.
Your timing was perfect.
Okay.
It's just I just went over an hour.
Are you muted?
I've been on an hour. I'm not muted.
Hi, everybody. I'm gonna go back in the house.
Okay.
It's cool out here. Feels good.
Oh yeah, it feels pretty good. Yeah.
Okay.
And I have cool company too.
Do you have cool company?
Yeah, we're just chilling.
Hey.
we're gonna go surfing later. We're gonna go nighttime, dark time surfing.
Whoa.
It's gonna be whoa-tastic.
Whoa.
Grody to the max.
Right on, man.
Do you remember back in the 80s people saying Grody?
Mm,
Or Gabe and I or something like to the max?
no.
Or face? Do you remember face?
Yeah, I do that. I remember face.
That was an interesting one. We used to actually do the motion like this. We did this. We go face
Mhm.
or something, and then somebody was like, "It's not like that, idiot. It's like this. You face out." I'm like, "Face out? No, you face," because you're like making fun of somebody. Because I guess they ended up doing like this because people doing like this were really scratching their faces. And so
Oh.
they were walking up to people saying face, but they would just scratch their face. Yeah, gouge out their eyes. So they started doing it the safe way. Like
A chicken. A chicken.
like a chicken.
No.
No, like
no.
the whatever. It's a
No.
long story.
Yeah.
It's dark. It's terrible.
When the word awesome started going
Oh.
around,
It was awesome
I mean,
when it happened.
I
first.
thought that was the most ridiculous thing, and I wouldn't say it, and then all of a sudden I was saying it.
Mhm.
I'm still saying it.
It's pretty cool.
Awesome picture, by the way.
Thank you. You're awesome.
Hi. You gonna go out?
I remember the first time my brother called me. I've told you this recently, but I remember the first time my brother called me dude.
Really?
I think I was probably like 11 or 12.
How did that make
And-
you feel?
Oh, I was just like, whoa.
You're a dude.
He just called me dude.
Well, I went to a grocery store, and I remember the first time I was called ma'am, and
Mhm.
I was like in my 30s, and I thought, whoa, wait a minute.
I don't know how many times I have to apologize about that, Mom.
I know.
I didn't know
come
it was
on.
you. You looked way different.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, no makeup, no hair. Okay, see you later. Bye, everybody.
To your credit, a lot of people working on the other side of the counter don't know sometimes how to refer to people. Sometimes with me, I hesitate. I'll say something like ma'am, or I don't say ma'am so much, but I say miss.
Yeah.
And I say like especially if somebody leaves their wallet on the counter, I'll go, "Oh, miss." Like it's like my just go-to. But
Mhm.
then I just keep expecting somebody to be like, "I am not a miss. Who do you think you are?" You know, like, or something like
But
that.
you might
yeah.
get not a ma'am either.
Well, that
I
has
walked out of
happened.
that store thinking,
That has happened.
what just happened?
And that's probably because some lady probably did say, "Don't call me ma'am," because that kind of stuff happens too, for sure.
Yeah. Lady.
And that's like we just don't know what to call y'all.
Hey, you.
That's all I'm just trying to say, Mom. We don't know what to call y'all.
Oh, turtles.
And it could be dudes too. It could be like, "What's up, father?" And they're like, "What?" And you're like, "Oh, father,
Sup.
daddy." And they're like, "What? Who are you talking to, boy?" And I'm like, "Grandpa, what do you want me to call you, sir?" Sir, right there,
There
perfect.
you go. Perfect. Short and sweet.
Short and very sweet.
You ready to go in?
The squeaky chair, Mom.
Did you say hi? Did you say hi?
Oh yeah, he said.
That's
Oh.
nice.
You know, wait, this.
It's Mr.
Oh
Toby.
man.
Hi, honey.
Hold on, everybody. I want you to see the dog. Look at that little cute little dog.
Abby was right at the door, but she didn't.
Look at Toby. He's a good boy.
Yeah.
He's a good boy. Look at those eyes. Look at that nose. Look at those whiskers. Let's scratch his chin.
He's a good boy.
He's a good boy.
Okay, see you a bit.
You gonna go inside, buddy? Okay, go inside.
If you come across some bubble wrap, would you snag it for me?
Yeah, I saved some actually recently.
Just a
I got some right over here. I mean, how much do you want? I got yards of it, Mom.
just something to put in a little box.
I mean, I have. You can cut some of this.
I told Ray that.
I also have. I just.
Oh, that's
I want-
enough. That's plenty.
I want people to see this too, because I really did have bubble wrap. I have this much bubble wrap,
Oh,
or I have this
cool.
much bubble wrap. You can have that bubble wrap.
I thought I would have.
This is for siding a house or something. Apparently, I don't. Jeez.
It's in a different color. No, this is good.
Yeah. Is that okay?
Yeah. Since my friend is.
Do you want that in
prone to
red,
falling,
black,
I was gonna
yellow?
start making a bodysuit for her.
Oh.
You can buy them, but they're really expensive. Okay, bye.
Let me know if you need anything else.
Alrighty.
Me casa esas chicasas. Lo siento, Mom.
Okay.
Lo siento, Madre.
Adios.
Adios, young woman. That's what you gotta say. Sometimes that's what you gotta say. Oh, boy. This is my boots. Bought them for 99 cents. In a rubbish bin. In Tennessee, California. Ugh, that's gross. Back in 1976. Back then, that was big money. We didn't have a chance, nor a choice, but to call it like it was. We used to grow our hair twice as long as this and braid it. Double braids. Right down the back. And then we would have them right down the back all the way to our buttock. And then we'd have them stapled into the back of our... Oh! Whew. It was horrible. I don't recommend it. But for the time, it was quite remarkable. Painful, remarkable. Fortunately, nobody took any pictures, so I can't prove it. All I just have is these welts on my back. They spell out a pattern. It's like a map to Forever Neverland, where I live. Link is in the description as usual. Pretty much anything you can ever imagine is in that old description box. These were the other glasses I was telling you guys about, by the way. These were the Back to the Future 2 from Burger King. These were in like, I don't know what the Burger King children's meal was called or whatever, but these were in their little kids meal, probably kids meal. And I think there was 4 different ones, and I had 3 of them at one point, but I have those other pink ones. These are the other ones. So these, and they're still so good and clean and happy. I got bit by a bee the other day. It gave me a black eye, so I punched that little sucker in his face. And then these, look how clean those are. Look at them. They're just shiny. And they're actually very, very well made. You know, unlike this today. But I like to wear them like this when I go out of town. That way nobody can recognize me. Nobody knows who I am. They don't know I'm a countrified double western famous star singer. They just take me for granted. They don't even know who I am. I don't even know who I am. I just know I'm hungry. You want to go inside, kitty cat? I love you so dang much. Yeah, that dog's name is Toby. He's a good dog. Hell, we all know some good dogs out there, right? That looks ridiculous. Hell, we all know some good dogs out there, right? Alright, I'm gonna go rest. Put some heating pads on my stupid arms. Maybe on the small of my back. Some kind of leech or something. There's some kind of symbiote attached to my lower back, and it's really driving me mad. But I think it's giving me some kind of superpower, so I'm just gonna let it ride a little bit longer. And if it hurts in the morning, maybe I'll go to urgent care or something like that. But from what I've been told, anything some kind of parasite latched onto you in your eye, in your butt, on the small of your back, keep it on there. Get some superpowers. No, it's the good guess, but no, it was a fight, but it wasn't a good fight. I was sticking up for, it's a long story, but basically I was in the middle of 6 or 7 dudes and my buddy, who had just like made the mistake of throwing a fist at one of their buddies. And I was trying to calm everybody down, and I was pissed at my friend for doing it. Because I was telling him don't throw any punches, because they were just looking for an excuse to fight us. And it was on my front lawn. 17 years ago. I had an art house in Ashland, Oregon. And they came up on our property after I yelled something across the street at them. I wish to God I hadn't. Because it was like, it's a long story, but yeah. It was a big misunderstanding that got way out of hand, and my friend, he was like this little scrawny kid, my like best friend. He like got in a scrap with one of them, and then they came back later on that night, and walked up as we were like out there. As I was giving him the talk, I was like, dude, never fucking like throw the first punch, never throw, never violence, never, never, never. And then I hear them coming back around our house, like behind our house, and then right onto our fucking front porch. And it was just mayhem. And I was just the whole time just trying to keep them from fucking killing my friend. And another friend of mine came out and riled them up again and got them all fucking heated up. After I had really actually done a good job to calm them down, because like I said, it was an art house, and like it was my turf. And I felt comfortable enough that I was trying to talk everybody down, and I was gonna be like, let's just smoke a pipe, peace pipe, But then yeah, my other friend came out from the back with a pipe in his hand, and I was just like, no, dude, what are you doing? He got them all riled up like a bunch of wasps, and they drug him around the corner, and I thought they were killing him and shit, and like he just disappeared. And right as I'm like turning around to look for him or saying something, when like one of the main dudes like who was like getting all, he was like the main guy out of like these like 7 people. He was already wound up. So as I turned around, he was already like, his fist was already coming right towards my face, and it just hit me right in the mouth, right in the fucking teeth. And I was just talking about this last night too, not the story, but when I was a kid, when I was like 4, I was in the back of a truck, and I was expelled from my seat across the cab, the back of the, truck bed, and I hit like the edge of the truck, the edge of the truck with my mouth, and it hit me right up in here, and it just split my mouth open, my lip open, and it stunted the growth in my permanent teeth that were up here, still waiting to come down, because these are still my baby teeth. And so when I lost my baby teeth and those permanent ones came in, I had 4-year-old roots. They're still 4-year-old roots. If you look at an X-ray, they're like baby roots are holding these 3 other front teeth in. I was told I would have lost them all by 40 by a dentist back when I was 20. He was like, "You're gonna lose them all by the time you're 40 because they're just hanging on by like baby roots." And so when he hit me that night, and he was like so proud of it too, that if he would have just aimed an inch higher, he just would have broken my nose. But he went right for my teeth, and of course this one came right out, and it punctured inside here. It punctured down there, so blood just started gushing, but knocked that out, and then it messed these other ones up too. And so they wired those to my canines actually, for like 2 months after it happened, and they stayed in, surprisingly. But I have a flipper that I use, and it has a little tooth on it. But I rarely wear it because my mouth is just, I don't know if it's because of that accident when I was a kid or what, but I feel like my mouth is just such a weird shape. When I put it in, I feel like there's no room in my mouth for my tongue. And so I have to constantly have my mouth open like that much when I have it's basically like a retainer with a tooth on it. And my mouth's too small or something. And so I think it's made my jaw like crooked. And it's like, because over 17 years of wearing that thing, the fake tooth. So I don't wear it so much, and plus it's broken right now, and I got tired of super gluing it. I'm going to see a dentist soon, because I was gonna think about maybe just getting 4 new front teeth or something. But yeah, long story short, yes. And it happened on the 4th of July. The 4th of July, 2006. And when he punched me, I fell backwards. I fell against my house, and I fell down just for like a split second. And then I realized they were kicking me and punching me while I was on the ground. And so I jumped my ass up. And that's when my adrenaline kicked in. And I grabbed him. I grabbed the guy that hit me, and I just shoved him backwards into like his buddies. And I pinned them all against one of my paintings that was on the front on the front yard, or in the front yard. I had my art on doors. They were painted on doors, and they were wired to these T-posts, so they were like pretty secure. And I remember just pinning him against himself like this, and he couldn't fucking move because my adrenaline was just fucking through the roof. and the kid behind him couldn't move either because I pinned them all against my door. Maybe, yeah, at least 17 of them. No, I was kidding. But there were like 2 faces behind this dude in front of me, and one of them was just punching me and stuff, and I just didn't feel anything anymore. And I was like, man, you knocked my fucking tooth out, dude. Like, what the fuck? I was being so cool to you. But you guys know how that shit is. Like, fights are so stupid like that, where just people get, I don't know. It's such a part of our world and culture and everything that violence is like. There's this other side of violence where people are like, well, you shouldn't have done this or you shouldn't have done that. It's like that night, I watched my friend get beat up. I watched myself get beat up and threatened. Our lives were threatened. They said they were going to burn our house down and shoot us and murder us and all sorts of shit. All these just like 8 dudes like yelling at us. Just like me, a scrawny kid, and his sister on the front yard. And they were saying horrible stuff to that girl, like his sister, my friend's sister, who was my roommate. And I felt so helpless. Like I couldn't like defend them because there were so many of them. And I tried, but I never even like threw a fist that night or threw a punch. I've never punched anybody in the face in my entire life. I don't plan on doing it either. It's hard enough killing a mosquito these days. Hey, what are you doing? You're in the car. What are you doing? My cat just got in my car. She's so funny. But yeah, that was a crazy night. And I've had to come to terms with that kind of stuff. That kind of thing. PTSD is real. But another reason to not drink either. And stoke the fires. Damn. Choose your fights, I guess, Because, my friend is the one that crossed the street and eventually swung at this dude, but I'm the one that originally said, because they were going over to this dude's house, this group of kids walking down the street, and then they were going by my neighbor's house across the street and into his like backyard or something, and I just yelled over for them to keep walking or something like that, like I was a big tough guy. But I just thought that they would hear somebody and just keep going, But instead, it was just like they all just erupted in. I'd never seen anything like it. It's like a movie. They were just saying all sorts of crazy stuff and screaming and threatening us from over there. I was just like, whoa, dude! Like I just wanted you guys to get away from the old man's house. I know who lives there. I don't think he'd appreciate y'all like huddled back there behind his house doing weird shit, I was trying to reason with them like that, like common sense, but They were just out for blood after I had that first thing I said. So I was just like, oh God, what did I do? And then of course it just kept getting worse and worse. Sorry, it's just a funny thing to think about from time to time. I guess that would have been around 18 years ago now. I think the anniversary happened this last July. But anyways, yeah. Sorry if that was too long of an answer. They came back. They came back and they like threw a brick through my friend's car window and poured mortar oil like all over his car and inside his car. Destroyed his car basically while I was up in the San Juan Islands. And they on the frickin' brick. I've said this before on this channel, so if whoever's heard this maybe, but this is true. This actually frickin' happened, and I hope to God somewhere I still have that note. But they put the note on the stupid brick that they threw through my friend's car window, and it said, "Get out of town, Kelly," which is my last name, because me and this dude, the dude that punched me, where is it? Where are they? I'll show you. I'll bloody show you. I was in the stupid paper. I just found these the other day. So when I had my art house, the local reporter, somebody told the reporter about it, and I was on the front page of the Ashland Daily Tidings and the Medford Mail Tribune, which went all the way to Grants Pass. And so basically, yeah, that's me standing right there, or right here, I guess. And that's one of the doors that faced the street. Like, if you've ever been to Ashland, Oregon, back when this was up, you would know exactly where it was. But it's by the high school and the college. We lived in this old, dilapidated house, and my friend Sam Sam Dinkwitz. He got me into painting because I always just drew black and white stuff. And he's like, "You gotta paint, man. You gotta paint." And so he kind of taught me the basics, and I just took off with it. I just loved it. But I painted on anything I could find. But then when this happened, my art was like an open air gallery. It was insane, and people would come up tripping at night. They would tell me, people would meet me. They'd be like, "You're the guy that put that stuff up?" Because I had tons of art on the house and out in the yard and stuff, out on the sidewalk, and it was sort of like well known. But people would come up to me and tell me their stories, like of them arriving at that place, tripping on shrooms and like having a horrible night until then, but then arriving there and feeling better and revived. But then after I got into that thing, there were more newspaper articles about us. I don't know why, but I was sort of like infamous, I guess, in that town. And this was like, assault means an end to art house on the boulevard. It's like, it's still funny to me that was the news. And then, man, and this was another paper. I was in the paper 3 times because of what happened. Man charged. I don't know what else is here. Yeah, then it kind of reduced down to it, but it was still on the front page. Man charged with assaulting artist. Accounts of events leading to brawl. Confusing. Because his friends were saying that me and him got in a beef earlier that day, which never happened. I'd never met any of them before in my life. But it's just really strange. Your 15 minutes. And mine, the whole legacy now is just like, I'll never be able to bite into an apple the same way ever again, or until I get permanent teeth, which are like $12,000 each. Anyways. But you could Google some of those articles. Art house in Ashland, Oregon or something. Not that you should. It's just weird to think about now. not a big. I understand why people would resort to violence. I mean, obviously, there's reasons for it, just as much like self-defense reasons. You know what I mean? Obviously, I'm not like, but the kind of anger like that I got that night from those dudes and how it all happened was just so. It like broke me in half because they were saying some things that just scared me, and I've heard a lot of stuff, and I've been threatened before, but I mean, then I found out that they live like a block and a half away from me. I'm like, dude, these guys are my fucking neighbors. What do they do? Like, I can't believe it escalated like that, and it was just ridiculous. Because I'm the kind of person that would like want to argue or would argue or whatever it is, but then I want to just drink. Back then, you know, I would have wanted to just drink beers with you right afterwards or something, you know, or just forgive and forget. And it's like, but after with these people, it crossed a certain line, and it was sort of like a clencher for me for how you can't change people's minds sometimes, because I was trying so hard to keep them from it resorting to what happened. And obviously I didn't think I was going to lose a tooth. I had never been in a fight, you know, or like that anyways or whatever. And it was really just them screaming and yelling at us and then him blindsiding me. So I didn't even have a chance to duck. Duck goose, motherfucker. But yeah, I hope that never. I've heard that kind of stuff happening to other people, like some of my other friends, and it really. There's this, you know, this thing inside of me that activates. I wouldn't even say trigger, but there's always been this like side of me that's just super duper angry and wants to get revenge on people that have done me wrong. It's like this little beast that I could never let out of its cage kind of thing, you know? But I know it's there. And I knew it was there that night too, but I chose not to fight because I could sort of see what would happen if I tried. And they would all would have just started mobbing us. And so I tried to, I don't know, long story, yeah. Chicken shit bullies. Can't stand bullies. Might as well sit with them. That's my story, everybody. So anyhow, hoot and holler. I'm gonna get out of here while I can, while the stinking's good. My hair looks great, by the way. Who's doing the makeup tonight? Was that Judy? I was asleep when she did the. Was that Judy? Yeah. She did the makeup. This eye is so uneven compared to the other one. No, really, it is. You can't tell? Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Judy, you're not fired. Oh, if you see Judy, tell her. All right. She got my hair down just right, too. She nailed it. Yeah, she's quite good. Maybe just joke her with the fire. Joke her with the firing, but don't actually. Okay, yeah. You know the old flip flop. Give her a little kick in the gut. Flip it up. Okay. Sunny side up. All right. I got it. Sorry, folks. It's important to be yourself, no matter what, and have conviction. I learned that in prison. That was a jail joke. That was a joke. But I do gotta run from this squeaky chair. Exactly. Jamon. Speak softly, but carry a big stick. I definitely will never get caught with my guard down again. Damn, I thought there was somebody behind me. That freaked me out just for a second. I almost got caught with my guard down again. God dang. Alright. Anywho, I hope you all have a wonderful night. You stay true to yourselves. Be kind to others. Be perfect strangers to yourself and the rest of humanity. Those that deserve it, need it. Those who don't, need it the most. Think about them apples just for one moment. And I will too. I'm hungry. I'm really eyeballing them apples. But eyeballs and apples are knowledge, and you gotta aim with that first. I think. Be more clever than the goose, and give the goose a little tickle if it gets wiggly if you want. Other than that, just be kind of don't take everything so seriously, and know that somewhere out there, some crazy ass MFer is just thinking about you and appreciates your company, and is humbled that people would even come here to hang out with me. So there's that too, huh? Good night, Amisu. I've got her one as well. Later, Pastor. Hello, John. You too. Thank you very much. I will have a blessed night. I'm gonna go eat some tacos. Don't know what kind of tacos, but does it matter? I mean, tacos are tacos. Alright, yeah, turn that off. It'd be cool if you could just go. And it went. Pew! Like an old TV set. Sorry about my face, I was born this way. Lo siento, friends, and good night.